So here we are up at the chicken pen. You see the snow a little better up here. This is our driveway. You can see some on the tarp there. Still ice left over from where I busted it out yesterday. These have become pretty much useless now. Not sure what's got them making all this noise. Let's see what happens here. No. Our rooster decided to get out. Let's see if I can get him back in. Okay, I got that little chore taken care of. So this is their water. We're going to pick up a couple more of these today because we don't have anything like this. As you can see, it wasn't solid. But that'll probably be there for at least another week. So I'm going to deal with these other waters. Like I said, I brought warm water up. We've actually just traded out some for these little chickens, that white, and then a dog bowl over there. And that's why we're going to pick up some more of these black bowls. We pretty much picked this up from Morgan Gold at Gold Shaw Farm. That these are, he uses bigger ones for his ducks and geese because he has a lot more birds. These are great for feed pans and watering pans because you can stomp on them and break the ice out of them, and it doesn't bother them any. But anyway, I'm going to get the water in these guys, and we will catch back up with you later when we've got some more updates. Well, here we are. It's Sunday the 14th, Valentine's Day. We didn't get to do anything yesterday. We were really busy running around doing some errands, but as you can see, the snow has really started coming down. We've been dealing constantly with frozen water. The high today is supposed to be 8 degrees. Last I looked, it was 7. That was a couple hours ago. I doubt we're going to be in for much of a heat wave. They're projecting anywhere from 3 to 10 inches of snow. And as you can see right now, it's coming down pretty good. So we'll keep you updated on what's going on. I wanted to show you, this is how cold, this is where we cross the driveway. Running water. Anything that has a steel surface on it. I mean, it's even freezing up on the concrete pad itself. Now, I'm sure it's not very thick at all. Usually when it's melted on there like that, that's a good sign. Yeah, you can hear it. It's getting there though. But the whole creek, pretty much all of it that I can tell, is frozen. And we're supposed to continue these cold temperatures. Oh, today, tomorrow, I think Tuesday is supposed to be really cold. I think it's Friday before we actually get above freezing. So all this wintry stuff you're seeing here, it's going to hang around for a while. I've not seen anything like this since I was a kid, to tell you the truth. Our winters have gotten, I know it sounds like an old-timer story, but our winters have really gotten warmer since I was a kid. This was fairly normal, you know, late in the 70s, early 80s. Well, folks, here we go. Welcome to the deep freeze. It's Monday the 15th. The driveway is, you can see in the distance there, is covered over with snow. The temperature was below 0 Fahrenheit when we got up this morning. And there's probably 3 inches or thereabouts of snow on the ground and on other things, as you can see. So we've got a challenge this morning. Our car won't get up the driveway. We used our son's pickup that you can see sitting in the distance there, but it got a flat. I don't think the bead is broken. So what I'm going to try to do is clear off our car and kind of move it out of the way, pull the pickup up here and air that tire up so we can try to get some water up to our chickens without having to walk up that steep driveway carrying 5 gallons of water. So we've got extra work for us this morning. The other challenge that we have is Thursday. We were supposed to drive up to Cackle Hatchery and get some more get our first batch of Cornish cross. We're hoping to raise about 3 batches this year, 25 birds each. So far the experiment, that's the tire. I can't hear air coming out of it. I know he needs new tires, you can kind of see, but this thing goes like a champ in the snow. So if you're in the market for a used pickup, we kind of wouldn't mind having it, except that it's the 4-door with a little bitty bed and it's hard to really haul lumber. You can haul some feed and a few bales of hay. These little baby beds, as we call them, they're not that great for farm work. We're hoping to go to Texas soon and pick up a 81, I believe it is, Ford Explorer. Give you a little more of a pan shot of what we're looking at up here. Still snowing. I'm not sure if it's coming through on the video. You can hear the water running underneath it. This is our driveway. I'm not sure when we'll be able to get out. The funny thing is, within a week, it's supposed to be up to like, well, next Thursday right now. They're projecting 60 degrees for a high. So, if you want to move to Arkansas and Ozarks especially, Homestead, just keep in mind that this is the kind of thing that happens here. If you don't like the weather, hang around, it'll change. Well folks, here it is Tuesday. I've got about 5 to 6 inches of snow on, and we finally got some sunshine, at least for a little while. But the snow, I think this is hilarious. Our ducks won't go any farther than that from their house. But we're supposed to get more snow tonight. I can't remember, 3 or 4 inches or something on top of this. And the hatchery we were supposed to go to get our Cornish cross have decided that they're canceling all orders this week because of this weather. We've been dealing with the possibility of rolling blackouts. And I saw on Facebook where they've got snow on the beach in Galveston. And my brother told me earlier when I was talking to him that this has set record low temperatures for us. When we got up this morning, my weather app, which is WeatherBug, showed -20 for a temperature. The thermometer on the porch, when I looked around 8 or 9 o'clock, said -8. So I'm not sure which is the right temperature. We so far have been able to keep getting water to our animals. Worried a little bit about our dogs, but they seem to be fine with it. They just stay in their dog houses, and they've been out playing in the snow this morning. Some of our water is still running, you can see. The waterfall that I showed you earlier, where the cement pad crosses, is frozen. I'm sure there's water running under it. And you can see here that's what's going on. And in some places where it's running good, they're still open. And this sunshine will probably melt some stuff off, I'm sure. But that's an update for today on Tuesday the, 16th. Well folks, welcome to Wednesday. We got another probably 3 inches of snow last night, as you can see from the tire tracks there. So winter is still going on here in the Magnolia South. Still airing up the tire and getting up here. We're up top right now, as you can see. Chickens are doing fine, dogs are doing fine. Ducks aren't liking the snow still, but they are getting out a little bit more. But we're making do and getting things done. I mean, that's the whole idea behind this channel. One way or another, you get things done. There's your winter wonderland that we're living in right now. Probably all be gone by Monday or sooner, possibly. Supposed to start warming up starting tomorrow and getting lots of sunshine. Morning folks. Well, as you can see, we've got sunshine finally. But the temperature still isn't that great. Better than what it's been being. But as you can see in the distance there, the driveway is not melting yet. And that's what we're kind of waiting on. We tried to get out with our car, and just on that level area down there going to the driveway, I was spinning. And our boy had to go to work today with his four-wheel drive. So we're waiting to see what happens with that sun hitting that hillside. Even though the temperature's not high, it can melt the snow for us pretty good. We'll see what happens. We may end up having to water and feed our chickens in the dark tonight after the boy gets home. So we're just kind of in a wait and see mode. We've taken care of everyone else. Hey guys, so it's Friday. As you can see, we've got sunshine again. Supposed to get up right about freezing or thereabouts today. One of the things I wanted to show you is kind of a consequence. You've seen our quail hutch here. We've got one open end and one closed side. And the closed side has a sandbox for them. They can get grit from it. And they like to scratch around in it. And they probably sleep over here. But I wanted to show you, because it's been so cold, we haven't cleaned the sand in several days, just to minimize opening this thing up. And as you can see, I've already cleaned quite a bit of it. So if you're intent on keeping quail, keep in mind that they can make a lot of what you see right there above the snow is what I've already cleaned out. So they can make lots of poop. I'm going to try to get the car up the driveway, I think. I don't expect much success, but if it works, and that's great. Keep me from having to do like I did yesterday afternoon. About 5 o'clock, I finally broke down and I carried a 5-gallon bucket of water up. I forgot my key and couldn't feed them. Luckily, they almost all had to feed. So once I get through here cleaning this sandbox for the quail, that's going to be my next stop, is up there. After all this, the chicken coops are definitely going to need cleaned out. But anyway, we're still sort of in a snowy winter wonderland here. Well, I'm up top. This is the driveway. Still very snow-packed, snow-covered, as you can see. Everything looks beautiful, but I sent a picture of this last night with the sun setting behind me. I sent these pictures to my daughter, and she lives in Santa Monica. She said the snow is yucky, but it sure makes for pretty pictures. And she's right. Of course, she doesn't ever have to deal with snow in Santa Monica, but there's a lot of things she does have to deal with in the LA area that I couldn't do. But anyway, we are the Yes You Can channel. So I carried 5 gallons of water up here again. Watered and fed our chickens. They're doing okay in the cold. As you can see, I gathered eggs last night after 5 p.m. and this is what they've laid since. So this is where we're at. Snowy, still trapped in. First world problems. I'm hoping we can get out tomorrow maybe, so I can get to the library and get something else to read. I'm about through with my last library book. I've got other stuff to read, but I've got a particular author, science fiction author named Neil Asher. I follow him on Facebook and I've talked with him a few times. I've read a few of his, three of his books years ago. I want to dip back into them. If you like science fiction, I would recommend him. This time of year, there's not a lot you do on a farm, especially when it's snowbound like this. So I'm not sure how much more will be in this video, but let me take the opportunity right now. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you get a notification when we post new videos. We're trying to do at least once a week. So anyway, here we are, snowy northwest Arkansas. Well folks, here it is Saturday. Probably kind of hard to tell in this footage right now, but let me take you over and show you the driveway. I've got my heavy coat on, but it's feeling really warm out here. I only have a t-shirt on under it. There is hope here. The tracks are starting to melt out. It is, a little before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Come down to check on the quail. give them some water. And we'll check on the dogs. We had a little incident yesterday. We lost one of our ducks. So we're down to 12 ducks now, but if you can see here, you can go back in earlier clips in this video, the creek is really thawing out. And this is the hillside, not nearly so snow covered. And the waterfall hasn't melted yet, but the pool below it is really coming uncovered. And it's up in the 40s. It's not supposed to get below freezing tonight. We've been just kind of waiting around to see what happens with this thawing. My wife just came up to the bedroom a few minutes ago, said she didn't think that we could get out. I don't know. I kind of think we possibly could. It's looking much better than it was yesterday. We'd probably have to get a run at it, but even with the wind blowing, compared to these sub-freezing temperatures and down close to zero and below zero temps that we've had, the wind blows on your face and it hurts your cheeks. Even kind of hurts your jawbone. And this snow, which was, because it came down when it was so cold, it was dry and powdery. Now it's a real wet, slushy, and it's not nearly as deep. It definitely thawed some yesterday. It was just really hard to tell because it's thawing on the bottom apparently, or at least leaking down. And so just looking at it, like you look at it across here, you might not think it had thawed any, but it has. Because it's nowhere near as deep. We had probably 6 to 8 inches at least. Hopefully, here in just a little bit, maybe we can get out. We're not totally self-sufficient yet like we want to be. It makes it tougher when I'm on kind of a hybrid keto elimination diet. And my wife is on elimination. We've got a lot of stuff. It's just we can't eat a lot of it because of what we're doing to lose weight and try to get healthier. But anyway, there's the bluff. Has melted off quite a bit. And there is your update for the day. Things are, it almost feels like spring today. Really, it does. No joke. I know it's just in the 40s, but the 40s feel really warm when the temperatures have been in the single digits, even the negatives. And some days the highs were single digits last week. I'm sure if you're watching other channels like we are that have been in on this, like Arms Family and some of the others that have been in this part of the country where we had this polar vortex and all this stuff, then you know what we've all been going through here, and you've seen it in the news, what's happened in Texas and other places. And we were subject to possible rolling blackouts. Luckily, we never experienced any. And other than getting up the hill, we've been really fortunate. We've not had any pipes freeze. Zach on an American Homestead, he's had problems, and he's not far from here. He's had problems with his drains not draining, and his off-grid water supply is completely off-grid where he's at. His big tank froze and couldn't get water out of that. Luckily, they've got an old, maybe I've mentioned this before, but they've got an old hand-dug well. It was dug in the 1850s. They keep it covered and it never freezes, he said. So they can get water out of it, take care of their animals. We're recovering. Look at that beautiful blue sky there. It's so good to see sunshine. We spent a week or more. Cloudy, gloomy skies. You've seen it in some of our videos. And now we've got sun, and you go in out from outside with all this snow. You can't see because you've been blinded. So anyway, that's our update for Saturday. And again, don't forget to subscribe and like the video and hit that notification bell so you know when we do release new videos.